Hello everybody, back again, Martin here. Very cold day today. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really chilly here. And I'm down on my hands and knees here, doing a bit of plumbing because I've got to extend the water main. Let me show you what we're doing. This is the old water main that came into the house. That used to be, well, this room used to be the kitchen, so that just went up somewhere and was up against the wall. But now, it needs to go in that trench and all the way along there and out the other side to the bathroom where the new stopcock's going to be. So I'm not really sure what these fittings are. So I think that's 22mm compression, but this is the old, they call this Alcathene, the old poly pipe. It's the first generation of plastic pipe. So I'm going to take this off. But first, to take this off, obviously, I have to go outside and turn the stopcock off in the pavement. So I'm going to take this off and strip it down and see what kind of fittings we have and how I can extend it. So let's go outside and have a look. And there's two stopcocks here. Now, I'm assuming that my flat there is the left-hand one, because that's the way they come out the ground. The right-hand one will be for upstairs, left-hand one for here. So let's have a look, see what we got. Got my screwdriver with me. There we go. Frost protection. Let's just go and see what's down there. Oh yeah, we just got a normal tap. There's no meter. So let's just turn that off. That's it. It's just a quarter turn tap. So let's go back in the house and see what's there. Okay, let's just have a look. Got my bucket. Take that off because we don't need that. And oh yeah, that's us off. Okay. Right, so let's just undo that. I've got these lovely spanners, especially for 15 and 22 compression fittings. They're quite good actually. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so that's first. Ah, now that's interesting. That's like 22mm compression, but I'm sure this will be Imperial. Although I'm not sure. This was built in the 80s, so it could be metric. Let me get a cloth. I've got a cloth here. And let's just see if we can see anything on the pipe to indicate what it might be. I don't see anything there. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look. Oh, it says polythene, 1/2 inch. No, it doesn't. It says polyprene. Let me just show you that. If I can show you that with the light. I don't know if you can see that, but it actually says polyprene 1/2 inch. So, let's put you back there for a sec. I don't know if you can see that actually. Let's see what we've got. Polyprene. It says polyprene BS1972 1/2 inch. Okay, I'm going to take a picture of that. So this is, I thought it was Alcathene, but it actually says on there polyprene. We've got a copper stiffener in it, which I would expect to see. Stop the pipe crushing. And a normal compression fitting. So I'm going to go and see if I can get a fitting from there to 50mm copper. I've stripped all these fittings down and we've got a sort of joining piece here with a bit of 22mm in the middle. We've got a couple of rings, couple of olives, but the important thing is that this is a modern, which one is it? This is a modern 22, and that fits on there perfectly. So what I'm going to do is go to the plumbers and get a standard compression fitting reducer, 22 down to 15, and then from there I can come off in copper. So I think I've struck lucky there, really. This is 1/2 inch, so the diameter, I believe the diameter of this is 21.5 as opposed to 22. I did pick up the other day an imperial olive, because that olive is very slightly bigger than the imperial one, 1/2 millimeter internal diameter bigger. This is 22, this is 21.5, but this olive is quite good, and it's copper, so it's a bit softer than the brass. So I'm going to take a chance on this, and I'm going to go off and get a standard 22 to 15 reducer in compression fitting, and hopefully that'll be quite nice and neat, because we haven't got a lot of room in that channel, because there's 2 more pipes to go in there, and of course this all has to be insulated as well, so there's not going to be a lot of room in there. So I don't want a great big plastic fitting, which I could get, but I don't fancy that. So let's go down to the plumbers and see what they've got. What we've got here is a very tortured looking piece of pipe. I'm going to bend there, up there, and a bend there. And that is going to fit in from that fitting there over to the other side. So I'm not sure if I can do this one-handed. Let's have a look. I can get that in there. It's coming through there now. And that will fit just up there like that. Perfect. I've got all the piping. I've got all the piping now. We've got the plastic coming up through there. It's a bit dark there, so you might not see it. Coming up through there. Got a little bit of wood holding it in place for now. I tried to get as gentle a bend as possible. And that goes off along there, joins onto the copper. That's a piece of copper that we had from when we stripped out, so it's being recycled. It comes round the corner there. It's very dark here now, because we're in a bit of a dark corner in the bathroom. Comes up there, behind there, along here, to a nice new stopcock, and we've got a little bit of a spout here. So I'm not going to turn the water on at the moment, because I'm going home now. I don't want to come back tomorrow to a swimming pool. So I'm going to leave that for now, and first thing in the morning when we come back, I'll turn it on at the stopcock out on the pavement, and then we can check it during the day while we're doing other things, just to make sure everything's all right. Now the pipe's not going to go in there just as it is. It's got it's going to go into like a foam sleeve, so it's all protected while it's in the concrete. So it's not just going in as it is. We've just turned up, and the first thing we're going to do is turn the water on, because I want to check that this connection down here, I'm just not confident about it. If this is okay for 3 or 4 hours, hopefully it's going to be okay. So. Y saca la otra cosa, esa, y gira 90 grados, la llave. Hay una llave azul.
Esta sí.
Sí, hay una llave azul.
¿Y la giro así?
Sí, well, cualquiera. $90 grados. Ya. I can hear water. I think it's just the air. Okay, ja. Right, I'm just going to check with a bucket. Get rid of the air. Okay, that's fine. That seems fine down there. It's this connection here that I'm just not comfortable with. Let's have a look. Ah, there is a drip. There's just there's a tiny weep here, and I hope it's just from where I haven't tightened it up enough. So I'm just going to try and nip in these two up. I don't know which side it is, whether it's the plastic side or the copper side. So I've got the big boys in now. I've got the Stilsons. I did only do them up with, I just can't get in there. Let's do it the other way around. Let's put that one on there. And put the Stilsons underneath like that. I did only do this up with a pair of pliers, so hopefully. Right, we've got that. And we've got that. Right, let's do up that. Oh, I think it's... that way, that's it. Sorry, I had it the wrong way. Ah, no, it's dry that side, it's wet that side. It's the copper. It's the copper side. Okay, so all I've got to do there is the same again. You can hold it with that side this time. And just tighten the copper in the back.
¿Sigue botando?
Right, the plastic side is nice and dry. That's it, I think.
¿Bien?
Muy bien.
¿Arriba también?
Sí. Espacio atrás siempre, ¿sí?
Sí, termino.
Sí. Ah, está bien así, está muy bien así. Hasta el piso, bueno.
Ok. Bueno, patrón. Compañero, compañero de mi vida.
Ep15. Estoy probando, ¿no?
Yo sé,
Ah, qué bueno.
eso es natural, ¿no?
Ah, qué bueno. What we're aiming for here is a 2-degree slope, which is all the way from here. I'll just show you. Hopefully you can see that. The drain's going to come up here somewhere for the sink. So units come to about 600 out here. So we're going to start there, a little bit like that. And that's going to go all the way at a 2-degree slope, which is regulation, all the way to where Madam is at the moment. Let's just show you really quickly. She's over there. She's over there. I don't know if you can see her, but she's over there digging out the other end, which is quite deep. It's about 10 inches deep, something like that. Whereas here at this end, this is 40mm pipe, inch and a half. And that's almost on the surface, not quite, but it's almost on the surface. So I calculated the distance between there and there in order to put the boss in correctly on the soil pipe. And this is actually quite easy to dig out. I don't know if you saw the other day, there was a passing shot of a big Kango lying on the floor, which I bought the other day to help do this, because this machine, although it's okay, it's a little bit small. So I bought that, but unfortunately the seals in the piston have gone, so I'm just waiting for some seals to arrive, and then we'll be able to bash this out much quicker. But even with this little machine here, because it's been cut, let me just show you all, because it's been cut both sides, 100mm down, it's actually quite easy to break out. As long as you just chip along as you go, it comes out quite easy. So let me just... Well, this is funny. She's just looking up what Botox actually is, and I've just explained to her that it's a toxin related to botulism. So she's just looking it up on the mobile now, and she can't believe that it's actually, it's basically a toxin that's injected into your skin to make the skin swell up a little bit and make it appear less kind of wrinkly. But she can't believe what it is. I've just finished this part across the living room floor, and I don't know if you can tell, maybe not from here, but it's at an angle. I wanted a 2-degree angle, which I think I've got. I'm going to show you how to work that out in a minute. So that bit's done up to here, because Madam was working here. I didn't want to get in her way. But she has dug all that out. Blimey, that is deep. She's dug all that out. Amor, pásame el medidor otra vez. I just want to measure how deep that is now. Gracias. Okay, that is... Blimey, that's 320 deep. Okay, and there is the pipe. Let me just show you, because I've actually got something in the way of it. Let me get down there. Okay. excuse me, if I can just show you the pipe. I'm getting right down in the hole now, okay? There we are. You won't be able to see that, it's very dark, but there is the pipe, and she's dug all that out right the way along here to here. Now we have to go to there and put the curve on, so I might actually do that now because I'd like to get this piece put in, and then we can get some of this, all this muck, because we've got a whole bag of soil here. I'd like to get some of this put back in there, so I think I might just break that piece out now. I've finished digging across the living room, and I've done it at an angle but just by eye. So now I want to find out what that angle is, because the regulations I believe say up to 2, well, from 1.2 degrees up to 2 degrees is the ideal fall for a sink drain. So I need to find out what that is. Now, how do I measure that? Well, if you remember when you were at school and you were in maths class doing Pythagoras theorem, and you're probably thinking, I'm never ever going to need that. Well, this is actually exactly the formula you use to work out exactly what angle you do have. And this is maths in real life. So let me just show you on a piece of paper what information we've got, okay? I'm going to draw the floor level up here, okay? And I've dug down here. Okay, now I know the width of the room is 2680, okay, and I know the difference in the depth. If I take from the top of the pipe, okay, the pipe is here, just imagine the pipe is there, okay, and the pipe is now here. I've dug this down, okay, so I know that's 0, and I know I've just measured this at 75 millimeters, so the difference between the height at the wall and the height just there is 75 millimeters. So even with these two measurements, I can work out all these angles. I know this one is 90 because it's a right angle. I can work out using sine, cosine and tangent. I can work out what, just with two known values. You only need 2 known values, whether it's 2 sides or 2 angles or 1 side and 1 angle. So let's work it out. So it's opposite, sine of an angle is opposite over hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. That's the opposite. If I'm looking for this angle, this is the angle I want. Let's put theta in there, okay? And I want this angle, so the opposite is 75, and the hypotenuse I don't know, but I could work it out. That squared plus that squared, square root of the total, da da da. Or cosine, which is the K, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. I don't have the hypotenuse. Or tangent, I do have that. So the tangent of this angle is the opposite over adjacent. So I've got 75 over 2680. Now, because I want to find the angle and I don't have the angle, I actually have to go tangent inverse, which is tan minus 1. So there's actually my calculation. Okay? Now, just to make it a whole lot easier, because I haven't got a book of logarithmic tables with me, but I do have my mobile phone, so I'm just going to look up a little app or a website on the phone and come up with something. Because there'll be a thousand different calculators on there. They'll be able to show you. So let's get something where I can put the mobile phone up. Okay, let's do it. Let me just do that. Okay. Okay, so I've got a little app here I've just found. Let's just move that around. Okay, so this is upside down obviously to that one, but it's the same thing. Okay, my C is the hypotenuse, A is 75, B is 2680. So if we put in B in millimeters, okay, and we put 2680, And then I know this one, A is 75. It will tell me the angle. There we are. So the angle A, which I'm looking at here, alpha, not A, ABC, alpha, beta, deca, okay? The angle alpha is 1.6. So this here is 1.6 degrees, okay? Which I think is perfectly suitable for the fall, for what I'm looking for, because I believe you need, as I said, 1.2 to 2 degrees fall. So that bit in the living room is perfect. Just about to connect up the first piece of pipe for the drains, and this is the sink drain, and I've now decided to put the washing machine drain into the same one, which is going to be a whole lot neater installation. So if I can show you that, I've just got a bit coming up here at the moment. Don't know if you can see down there, I haven't got any other light at the moment, but there's a T down there, and I've come up here and I'm going to put a couple of fittings on there. But this is the bit I had yesterday, and of course now that I've added a T, it's far too long, so I'm just going to cut that down. Let's put you in there, and this pipe's very easy to cut, and if you do make a mistake, you can always just put a join in, a straight coupler, and rejoin it. I think it's very important that you deburr the insides, because that can catch bits of food, whatever, bits of whatever you're going to put down the sink, and it can build up over time. So I always deburr it. Right, let's see where we're going. Push that in there. That's a bit too high. It's too high because I know that end there is 175 and I still need a bit of fall. So let's put this on its side and see what we come up with. Right, that's better. That looks better. Right, that's tight in there, that's in there. And I've got to the bottom of there, I've got 200. I know the other end there, let me just show you. That piece there is 175 down. So just coming to here, that's 200 down. So I've got 25 millimeters over, that's about 2 meters, which I think, excuse me, oh, it's only 1.7, so I've got 25 millimeters over 1.7 meters, which I can't work that out in my head obviously, but I think that's going to be pretty good for 2 degree fall. So I think what I'll do is stick that one in with the solvent. I'm quite happy with that actually. There we are. I'm sure you've all seen this stuff before. So now, for you chaps in United States, this is slightly different. This is a solvent that we use. We don't have like a glue and an accelerator, that purple stuff that you use. We just have one component here, and it melts. If I get down in there, it melts the plastic. So it actually physically melts the two pieces together. I don't know what you use, but I think you use something slightly different. You haven't got much open time with this. You've only got about, well, less than a minute, far less than a minute open time. So I just want to make sure that's in there. very slight angle coming up, and that looks perfect. Let me just go. Just take a little slice off of that. Knife. Just a rub around there, and a rub around there. Just put that together. This goes off really, really quickly, so there's not a lot of, you don't get a lot of time with this. A little bit around there, on the top of that, a bit around there. There, I'm happy with that. That's very discreet in the corner there. That'll all be underneath the units. We're going to have built-in units along here, so that'll be underneath there, and it won't interfere with anything. I'm very happy with that. Okay, this is what we have. I made a little dam either end, just a temporary dam, because I don't want to go any further that end just for now. But I've got my cement mixed up. It's quite a wet mix. In fact, I think I could just pour that in for now, because I want a little bit in the bottom. Yeah, that's more of a slurry than a cement mix. There we are. A little bit in the bottom. And then I'm going to add some of this aggregate here, just to get rid of it more than anything. That's why I separated out the small stuff from the big stuff. That's all going to be amalgamated in there. Quite nicely actually. Big bit there. Slurry on top. That's probably a bit too wet. But never mind. We'll get there. Remembering that this floor is going to be tiled as well. So this really doesn't have to be the best job ever. Right, I'll come back to that in 5 minutes once some of the liquid's disappeared. It's a bit wet. Same technique again. I'm just going to pour a bit in. That's better. So same technique. I'm going to pour a bit in. I know I haven't got enough here. No, definitely not. Okay, well at least I can get the concrete in. Get rid of some of these big lumps. Oh yeah. Get rid of some of the biggest lumps first. I think that's about it for now. I've got a slightly more respectable mix. It's still not the best. Trouble is, I've run out of sand, builder sand, so I can't actually make any more up. I'm just trying to make up an amount that I can use. I'm just trying to make up what I've got here, and it's not going so well. She's got her nice clothes on today because we weren't expecting to work, so I'm just saying to her, are you able to wash out the cement bucket with those clothes on? She says, of course I can. So anyway, last job of the day. I don't know if you remember, let's get the camera down. Yesterday we put this on here just to see if it was going to stay leaking or not leak, and look, this is completely dry. Completely dry here. So I think we're okay. I think that was just a bit of condensation due to the very cold pipe. So that's it for today. I'm going to go home now, get myself cleaned up. I'm covered in cement, dust and all sorts of stuff. So as always, thank you for watching, and if you like all this stuff, please give us a like.